Hello and welcome to this 35-minute heart-opening yin yoga practice. Thank you for being here and for showing up for your body, mind and soul today. During this class we'll be bringing some extra attention and awareness to our heart space. And for this practice you will benefit from having 2 blocks at hand. Blocks are a beautiful way to support us into deeper states of relaxation in yin yoga. But don't worry if you don't have any, you can come a long way with a cushion or a blanket too. I'm hoping this class will leave you feeling more connected and in tune with your heart. Let's begin by finding a comfortable seated position at the bottom of our mat. You can gently close down your eyes as you rest your hips towards your heels, drawing your shoulders down and away from your ears, and just beginning to arrive here today, letting go of anything that has happened up until now today, and beginning to bring awareness to your breath. Inhaling deeply and fully through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth, just releasing everything out. We'll do one more of those. Inhaling deeply and fully through the nose and exhaling to release it all out through the mouth. You can sigh it out, make any audible sound that you seem fit today. Beginning to soften throughout your face, finding a natural rhythm to your breath, and then bring your knees about mat width apart and begin walking your hands forward, sinking your hips towards your heels and finding your wide-legged child's pose, resting your forehead towards the ground in front of you. Elbows are above the ground, arms are stretched. You can explore how far forward you can bring the palms of your hands as you allow your hips to melt back towards your heels, and try to soften here. Coming back to intentional breaths. Inhaling deeply and fully through the nose and exhale through the nose. If you like, you can introduce a count as a way of focusing your mind. Inhaling for 4 seconds or perhaps 6 and exhaling to the same ratio. Allowing yourself to really arrive fully in this moment. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. Bring all your energy and awareness into you, into your internal world. From here we're going to come back up onto all fours, and using a block or a cushion you're now going to do a variation of a puppy pose where we rest our elbows on the block or the cushion and then bring your palms together above your head. So you want to keep your hips stacked above your knees and then melt your heart and chest towards the ground. You can also rest your head as well on the cushion or the block and just feel that deep opening in the spine, shoulders, heart as you melt your upper body towards the ground. As I am doing here, you can hover it. There is by no chance that you will probably reach the ground. So be mindful about your spine here and just see this as an exploration. And you can come out of the blocks and come into your original puppy pose if you like. Just melting your entire body towards the ground, maybe the chin reaches the floor too. And then beginning to transition out of this, coming into our Sphinx pose, placing our elbows beneath our shoulders, forearms are parallel, pushing into the forearms, opening our chest, relaxing our lower body, engaging our core, and opening our heart forward. You should feel a slight compression in the lower back here. You can guide your breath towards the lower back. And if you'd like to explore further, you can try to see what happens if you push into the palms of your hands and extend your arms out, coming into your seal. So here we're increasing the compression of the lower back, so be mindful, but also see it as an explorative practice. Then you can lower back down into your Sphinx and bend into your knees and let your feet hover up behind you towards the sky. And just see what happens in the lower back as you do that. And let your feet fall back down towards the earth and lower your entire body down towards the ground, extending your right arm out towards the side, rolling over towards your right hip, bending into your left knee and placing your left knee behind your right knee, finding your way into your open or broken wing. So your left hand can be pressing into the floor in front of your chest to orchestrate this side rotation, whilst the right arm is stretched out at a 90-degree angle. So here we're really targeting our shoulders and shoulder blades. You should feel quite a lot of sensations in this area. If it's too much with the bent left knee, you can also keep your left leg extended. Just allow yourself to relax into this position, closing down your eyes. And seeing if you can invite softness into those areas that are feeling tense right now. We store a lot of stress and pressure in our shoulder area. And slowly you can begin coming back to center, allowing your right cheek to rest into the floor, maybe scooching your hips from side to side, neutralizing the spine, and just integrating what we just did, connecting back to your shoulders, and then beginning to extend your left arm out towards the left side, using your right palm to press into the earth in front of your chest and coming over onto your left side now. You can bend into your right knee and place your right foot behind the left knee. Close down your eyes and begin to melt into this pose that you find yourself in. Breathing deeply. You can exhale through the mouth if you feel for it, just releasing out any tension or dense energies. And then begin slowly finding your way back towards center. You can extend your legs, bringing your left cheek towards the ground now. You can bend into your knees. Just let your feet hover towards the glutes. And just fully relax your spine, shoulders. So from here we're going to begin making our way over towards our left side, resting on our left forearm and bringing our block, placing it kind of underneath our armpits but slightly closer towards our chest. So you can choose the height of your block, but the medium setting is recommended. You can also place a blanket or towel over the block if it's uncomfortable to lay straight on it. And rest your head in your left hand and begin softening the left side of your upper rib cage onto the block. And you can move around a bit, pressing different areas below your armpit into the block. And then you can pause when you find a sweet spot that feels like a very intense release, because there is trigger points here that will release our subscapularis muscle, and when we rest our weight on the block, it can facilitate a myofascial release of this muscle. So soften into this block and just surrender. In traditional Chinese medicine, this sweet spot is said to be a point on the pathway to the heart organ. So we kind of open up the energy flow towards the heart. In your own time, you can begin coming off the block and just extending your arms up above your head, and then leaning over towards your right side, resting your right fingers into the mat and bringing your left hand above and beyond your head, just stretching out the entire left side body here. And from here we're going to begin making our way over towards our right side and prepare to do the other side. So placing the block on its medium setting and beginning to lower your upper rib cage towards the block, resting your head into your right hand and beginning to gently move around over the block in the areas around the armpits until you find a sweet spot. It can be quite emotionally triggering. You might find that you feel vulnerable or a bit raw as we do this pose. But just breathe through it and have compassion for yourself. And just soften your entire body. Breathing deeply. You can close down your eyes if that feels good. I would recommend you to have your knees slightly bent. Just allow gravity and your weight to do the work. I'm going to be here for a few more moments, and then you can begin making your way up, extending again your hands above your head, and then releasing your left hand towards the side and bringing your right hand up and beyond your head, stretching out the entire right side body. It should feel really nice. And then come back to center, beginning to lower your spine towards your mat, bending into your knees, and again bringing your block close by. We're going to find our way into a supported bridge. So you can begin lifting your hips towards the sky, sliding the block underneath your sacrum, so basically above your tailbone there's this little area where you can rest the block on its medium height. And you can choose here if you would like to keep your legs bent or if you extend them towards the bottom of your mat. And then just allow your lower back to soften and surrender onto the block. You can bring your palms out towards the sides and just fully release your entire body here. You don't need to engage any muscles. This is a nice way of releasing our back, and especially the lower back. So just allow yourself to receive all the benefits, focusing on your breath. Gently closing your eyes, softening your jaw, relaxing the space between your eyebrows, and allow yourself to fully enjoy and receive in this moment of being, in this sacred pause. It may look like nothing is happening, but beneath the surface you are moving through many layers, allowing your body to take care of stuff that it hasn't had time to digest. You can now walk your feet towards your glutes again, bending into your knees, and then bringing your feet wide and allowing your knees to fold in towards the center of the mat, kissing each other here. This will allow for a further release of the lower back. Enjoy the sweetness of this moment with your body disconnected from the external world, connected with the internal you, your essence, your nature, your light. And then begin walking your feet closer together again, lifting your hips up to remove the block from underneath you, and then very slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, rolling your spine back towards the mat, hugging your knees in, giving yourself a squeeze and a gentle rock from side to side, massaging the lower back. And then extending your legs, bringing a block close by again. We're going to come into our supported fish pose now. So if you don't have a block, you can do the normal fish pose. If you have the block, place it underneath your shoulder blades. If you're a woman, basically by your bra straps. And then placing your elbows and arms close to your body and pressing into your elbows, lifting yourself up, opening your chest towards the sky and allowing your head to fall back. The crown of your head touching the earth behind you, gazing behind you. As you're opening up through the chest, lungs, heart, throat. And just breathe here. This is a beautiful way to stimulate the thyroid gland, which regulates a lot of processes in the body related to our hormonal balances and stress. Breathing into your chest as you feel the expansion and the spaciousness that we're creating. If it's too intense, you can at any point leave this pose. Breathing into your belly, rib cage, chest, and exhaling chest, rib cage, belly. Gonna stay here for a few more moments, so enjoy the sensations. And then beginning to use your elbows and forearms to bring yourself up, removing the block from underneath you if you have it there, lowering yourself all the way down, windshield wiping your knees from side to side, or any other movement that would feel good for your body right now to readjust and recalibrate. And then bringing your hands towards the outside of your ankles and bringing your knees towards your armpits, feet towards the sky, finding your way into your happy baby. You can remain in stillness, or if you like, you can rock from side to side, using the strength in your arms to bring your feet wide and up whilst hugging the knees towards your armpits. And then releasing down and making your way back up into a seated position. We're going to prepare for our reclined butterfly. If you have blocks, you can do it on the blocks. Beginning in an upright position, placing one block at basically the shoulder blades again, and then one block for your skull, for the back of your skull. So beginning upright, flapping your knees slightly up and down, just beginning to bring some energy and awareness into your hips and groins. And then you can begin slowly transitioning back towards your blocks. Soles of the feet stay connected, knees falling open towards the sides. And just resting on your blocks behind you. If you don't have the blocks, just rest straight down onto the earth or onto a cushion or a bolster. You will get the same benefits wherever you are. And you can regulate the height of your blocks to suit your needs. Maybe you have the lower block on the lower height and the block behind your head on the mid height, or the lower one on the mid height and the one behind your head on the highest height. And just allow yourself to really soften here. You can imagine a pillar of white light showering down from the sky and the heavens straight into your heart space. I love Princess Diana's quotes about the heart. Only do what your heart tells you, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. Allow her heartful words to sink in. Maybe you would like to contemplate if there is anything that your heart wants from you, or a direction it wants you to go, a desire, a dream, something that it's passionate about, that is surfacing. You can place your hands on your hips just to ground your body if you're feeling a bit elevated here. You You can also place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, as a way of showing your body that it's held and safe. Breathing deeply, softening any places in your body that feel slightly more tense. And just bring awareness to your heart space. This is one of many heart openers that we've been doing today. You can begin extending your legs out on the mats, but remaining on your blocks, releasing your knees from that wide position. If you are lying with your spine connected to the mat without any blocks, you can find your way into a mini Shavasana. Coming towards the end of the class. Eyes are closed. Unclench your jaw. Soften your face. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Does your heart have a message for you today? Allow yourself to receive any wisdom or guidance that it has here for you. And then beginning to hug our elbows towards our body, lifting ourselves up from the blocks, mindfully lowering ourselves all the way down to the earth, hugging our knees in towards our chest and giving ourselves a squeeze. And then extending our right leg down towards the earth, hugging our left knee in towards our chest, and then guiding it over towards our right side, maybe allowing it to rest on a block or straight towards the ground. Extending our left arm out towards the left side, gazing over our left shoulder, finding our spinal twist here. Breathing into our abdomen, slowing down the pace of our breath. You can place your right hand on your left knee. Try to keep your shoulders in touch with the earth. And then relax into this position. Breathing deeply into the belly, calming down your nervous system with some deep belly breaths, expanding the belly like a balloon. And then beginning to bring your left knee back towards center and allow it to fall over towards the left side. You can hug it towards your armpits, just as a bit of a counter movement. And then release the left leg down, hug your right knee in towards your chest, and then begin guiding your right knee towards the left side of the body, maybe letting it fall onto a block, using your left hand as a bit of a gravity, pulling it towards the earth, and then extending your right arm out towards the right side. You can keep it stretched out, or you can make it a cactus shape, whatever feels good for you. Your head and nose points towards the right side, but you can close down your eyes. Coming back to the belly, breathing here as we twist the abdominal area. Aiding the detoxification processes and the digestive system. Just soften into this pose. It should feel nice and grounding. Slow, deep breaths into the belly. And gently begin guiding your right knee back towards center, hugging it over towards the right side. You can let it open up towards the right. Again, just as a counter movement. And then in your own time, you can extend both legs out, let your feet fall wide, mat width apart, opening up like a book, hands extended towards the sides, hips falling heavy, shoulders fall heavy, beginning to relax your entire body here, all the way from your toes towards your crown of the head, as we drift off into our final rest, Shavasana. can gently begin bringing awareness back into your body, deepening your breath, and beginning to invite some movements into your fingers and your toes, awakening the body, bringing your hands together above your head, coming into a full body stretch, becoming as tall as you possibly can. Then bringing your hands in prayer in front of your heart or head, thanking yourself for showing up today. Thank you for being here and for practicing with me. I hope you have a beautiful and peaceful rest of your day. And I will end this class with a quote about the heart by Kenneth Maswabi. It's not the strength of the heartbeat or the size of the chest. It's the beauty of the spirit that dwells in this heart. It's the garden of love that surrounds a beautiful heart. It's the softness of its words, its healing powers, its charm and simplicity, its poetry and its humanity. It's the sadness and the joy that mystifies this heart. It's the laughter and the tears that envelopes this heart. A beautiful heart is a warm place, a place for comfort and compassion. It's an altar, a place of fellowship. It's a school, a place for wisdom and knowledge. A beautiful heart is a house of love, a manuscript for humanity, a delicate path of peace. A beautiful heart is the only place on earth that is made of pure tranquility and surrounded by the perfect light. A beautiful heart is the only place I want to inhabit.